What's going on, beautiful people? I am the Grandmaster, and I also go by D.Rey, bringing you guys the BBR. It is time. I don't know how we did it. But we just finished season 4, and they released the news about the timer. A fucking blink, skip, and the backflip later. After a couple phone calls, here we are, season 5. Right out the gates, running side by side to the D League, the developmental league. We have a BBR main Wi-Fi division. We have a BBR developmental league Wi-Fi division. There's so much going on. I'm out of breath. I'm too old for this shit. If you're excited for the season, do me the massive favor and rage fist that thumbs up button. If you're new, por favor, hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications, hit the bell button so you get notified. Oh boy, every single time we post a new video. The small amount of time it takes for you to hit that like and sub button really truly does help me out a lot. So please just double check if you're subscribed. Hit the thumbs up button, hit that bell notification. It really does. It really truly does help out the channel. We're very close to that 1,000 subscriber mark. It'd mean the world if you help me with that, man. It really, really, truly would. I need to catch my breath. I'm too old to be doing stuff like this, guys. I'm really not. I'm a young guy, but I like to make that excuse. BBR Battle Royale, we're here, guys. This is going to be the team builder portion for our matchup against my boy, mi hermano, little brother, Emil, coach of the Montreal Scruppies. We're going to talk about what we're going to bring and why we're going to bring it, all that fun jazz. Kind of dip in a little bit more about what my thought process was and just really dive deep into what I'm going to bring. Very excited. We play in a little bit, so and a little bit down the line, so you guys will see that battle tomorrow. Today we're just going to talk about why we're going to bring the things we brought, man. So a couple different things to kind of tackle before we get into this. I do want to give a big shout out to all my Eggmans, all my moderators in this season. Without them, this wouldn't be possible. I appreciate you guys. This is the very first team builder of the season, so I do want to take that moment to acknowledge it. Acknowledge the people that help me do what I do. You're my really close, you're my best friends. I love you guys to death. I'm talking to everyone that's here. I'm gonna shout out their names. Shout out to Kirby, shout out to OG Albina, shout out to John Jr., shout out to Mid Pokemaster, who is still somewhat helping. He found the BBR, gave me the keys and kind of ran. But he's off doing college stuff, but he still helps out here and there. And then now the new addition that kind of helps me out with the developmental league. Shout out to Odds Brody, you're a great man. I appreciate you. Brody's actually the one that created the brand new logo, so look at that. That looks fucking fantastic. The babies of the BBR have fully evolved in how we are in the main league, right? Man, it's just, I love you guys to death. So also, big shout out to CB Marcus. CB Marcus, I love you to death, bro. Thank you so much. He came out the woodwork and decided to take that step forward and really help me out this season, and allows me to bring better quality content to you. So now I can bring back my graphics and make team builder slides. He automated them for me, so it was a big time hassle, honestly, guys, and that's why I stopped doing them. But now that I have Marcus, I'm able to really step up my stuff. Hopefully give you guys some good content. I know in the past I kind of been struggling because I haven't had time to really do stuff, so I hope to guys not only bring you guys incredible battles and stuff you'll talk about for a long time, but also great content that you guys will enjoy. You guys are taking the time to watch my games. You're taking the time to watch me, so I want to make it worth it. Without further ado, if you're ready to go, pull up a chair, get your popcorn ready, and hit the lights. Alrighty, beautiful people, welcome back. First of all, thank you for continuing to watch my video. Mucho amor. I'm gonna do it again. Marcus, man, appreciate you, bro. This fucking team builder slides are back. Oh, chef's kiss. But next week I will ensure that I have a blank team slide. That way I don't spoil my first Pokemon. There he is in all its glory. Oh, love that one. But before we talk about the first Pokemon in our team, I do want to shout out Emil. Emil is a little brother, man. He's a great human being, good soul, kind soul, very genuine. He is the pit bull of the fucking Wi-Fi draft league scene. This man competes in the most elite showdown leagues with the top competitors. in regards to skill and fucking mollywops them. And then he goes into other leagues that are of a higher scale and drafts weird teams and still ends up winning. This is an incredible competitive mind. I highly suggest you subscribe to him. In the description will be a link to his YouTube channel. Watch us out of the battle as well tomorrow. Now, without sucking his dick too much, let's talk about the team. He has, well, first of all, right above our head directly is our team. I'll leave a link in the corner for you guys to watch the team builder, the draft breakdown, to kind of dive deeper into what we brought and why what we drafted and why we drafted it. So in case you want to get a little bit more Formula 1 on that, right? But on the very top right hand corner is his team. So he's got Terra Captain Dragonite. Terra Captain Dragonite is going to be really tough to deal with. He decided to captain it with normal and flying, which is, I have to take a break. Wow, good Pokemon. It isn't just that one trick pony though. It isn't just that Dragon Dance hoo-ha I win the game Pokemon. It can, in the right builder's hands, like Amel, it can still be really, really good. It can be bulky, has roost sets, it's still with, it can be a good builder, can be very creative with the multi-scale ability, but it can still set up Dragon Dances, and with Terra Normal extreme speed boosted moves, it hits super fucking hard. Gets Terra Blast to get that flying type stab if he wants to Terra Flying as well. Very annoying Pokemon. He's got Scizor, the Steel and Bug type. Access to Defog gives him a little bit of hazard control. He did lose Roost, which is really nice for us, and it did lose Knockoff, which is fantastic, but it's still a Scizor. Top tier Steel type Pokemon. Access to Sword Dance, Technician boosted bullet punches that is stab, so it can be really threatening in end games, and access to Trailblaze now boosted by Technician as well, and Pounce. So this got some options offensively. It can still be defensive. Leftover sets are still a thing. It won't have Roost like we talked about, but could still be that bulky Pokemon, so we do have to watch out for it. He decided to draft Hisuian Zoroark, making its debut for the first time in Wi-Fi Draft League. Hisuian Zoroark is going to be a pain in the ass to deal with. It did get a big buff from its prior form in Zoroark. So this is the normal ghost version, which is the pioneer of the typing. Crazy. So Hyper Voices, Shadow Balls, Bitter Malice, which did get nerfed. I can't remember how bad it was, but I know that it used to have a chance to freeze and now it doesn't. And then nerfed the power in comparison to when it was in Legends Arceus to when it is now. So that's really nice. But very good cleaner. Hits really hard. Great. It has great coverage. He's got the Aqua Paldean Tauros. Last season we were very noob and we allowed all three Tauros to be together. Our champion Jack ended up drafting it and he ended up loving it. Obviously he had access to all three, so we realized, oh shit, this Pokemon's good. Split them up. So he drafted the Water Tauros. Good Pokemon, good speed stat. Base 100 speed, hits very hard, good bulky defenses, access to Intimidate, good Pokemon. I love the typing. Shout out Keldeo, shout out Urshifu Rapid Strike. Great Pokemon. He's got Florges, which I think did retain Defog if I do remember correctly. So if it did, it's another form of recovery. I mean not recovery, of hazard removal. I don't think he brings Florges, but nonetheless, it's a good Pokemon. Good special defensive stat. It's a little bit underwhelming, I will say, but still a good pure fairy type. Fairy typing is just fantastic, especially if it's the pure fairy typing, only being weak to steel and poison, which isn't very common offensively. Good Pokemon. Iron Thorns, depending on who you ask, it's good or it sucks. It's just in draft, right? But it still can be a very threatening Dragon Dance sweeper. I actually kind of disrespected it in prep, and then my team ended up making me respect it after. I think it was Dell. Dell ended up Dragon Dancing up, and then I was like, oh shit, this kind of hits hard. So we did end up prepping for that Pokemon too. Could set up hazards if it wants to, but it's a rock and electric typing. Good offensive, bad defensive. Basically worse Tyranitar, you can say. He's got the fast mushroom Pokemon. He's got, what is it, Toedscruel? Toedscruel is a good rapid spinner. It's got Spice, it's got Toxic Spice, it's got a good speed stat at base 100, good Spadef. It's an interesting ground and grass typing. Excuse me. It's a really hard ability to pronounce, but essentially, long story short, its ability is like reverse mold breaker in regards to negative priority. So its spores get ignored on abilities, so you can always spore it. It's the only move that really gets affected by its ability. It just basically means it always goes last, but it won't get I don't know if you can spore a Goldango. I don't think that that's the case, but it's something like that. All you gotta know is Spore's gonna go last, but it does have 100% accuracy on those spores. So it's something that may come. I don't think it does, just because of what we have on our team, but it could be a possibility. He's got Skuntank. Shout out to Skuntank. Someone called Kirby. He loves that Pokemon. Skuntank, I think retained Defog, has access to Sucker Punch for stab priority, coverage in Flamethrower for Steel type Pokemon, has stab type options in physically offensive and specially offensive. Good Pokemon. Good Pokemon. Came to a couple mocks, so we did have to prep for that Pokemon too. We have his mascot, aka the Penguin. It's not his mascot, the Scorpions are, but Emil, get your fucking logo redone. I think he should be the Ice Cubes. He's the Ice Cube man, right? I've seen him. I think I saw it. Joey also posted it too. It was where he walled the Mega Metacham with his Ice Cube. Please tell me if you ever told me you looked at an Ice Cube and said, "Yeah, I'm a wall a Mega Metacham." You'd be lying. You're fucking lying. I don't believe you. But Emil did it. He's got Armarouge, good fire and psychic type baby Victini. It's got a special fire type version of close combat. And the pig. That's not a typo. That's not an error. That is a Lechonk. That is not Oinkalone. That is Lechonk. The baby fucking pig. He drafted Lechonk, bro. And honestly, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. This dude is just, I can't handle Emil. He basically drafted everything that he needed, and he needed to have an X amount of Pokemon, so he drafted Lechonk. You know what the sad part is? My man's, he beat me with a fucking agility, swords dance, last resort, Dubwool. If you tell me you prepped in Draft League for a agility, swords dance, last resort, Dubwool, you are fucking lying. and so what happened now? I have to prep for the pig, and I told my team, yo, send me the pig, give me the pig. So they did, and I think that Joey actually put it on one of his streams. He showed it a little bit. I think Dell did it. Shout out to Dell, shout out to D-Double. He brought in Lechonk, but it was Zoroark in disguise, and I was like, Lechonk is in. And so he clicks Shadow Ball and kills Chiyu, bro. Like, that's crazy, man. Like, that's the fucking shenanigans I'm gonna have to deal with Illusion Zoroark, man. But that's his team. Without further ado, let's hop on into the matchup, guys. Before we do, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button if you do enjoy this content. I hope you guys really are in for the long haul, man. I love every single one of you. So, Annihilate, first Pokemon we're bringing. Annihilate is our captain. He is our Terra captain of the team. He is the #1 man. He is the not the #1 draft pick. We picked Chiyu first, but he's #1 in our hearts. He is the captain of the team. He wears a C on his jersey. We love Annihilate. My favorite Pokemon of all time, above Mimikyu, which says a lot. Annihilate's coming this week with the Choice Scarf and the Defiant ability. We're running U-Turn, Rage Fist, Final Gambit, and Close Combat. We're running 104 in HP, very bulky set, I'll tell you why. 228 in attack, which is essentially the rest in attack. And 76 in speed, running the Jolly Nature. Okay, let's talk about why we're bringing this, right? U-Turn is there for pivot momentum because we are running the Choice Scarf. We're very, very fast. We have enough speed to outspeed a Jolly max speed Dragonite by 1 point. So if he only has one Dragon Dance up, we will guarantee outspeed it. Annihilate is a ghost type, which means that we are immune to extreme speed, which is why we believe he's going to end up bringing Terra Flying, because this is kind of obvious. Emil's a very smart guy. He can't spam extreme speeds on me. I will bring Annihilate in hard. I have to. I have no choice. That Pokemon is a threat. And you can't just spam extreme speeds. Therefore, if he is Terra Normal, I knock him out with Close Combat in one shot. Because, well, essentially, if the multi-scale is broken. Now, we're running Rage Fist because it's Rage Fist, right? It's a little bit harder to pull off whenever you run Choice Scarf sets. Although it is still a bulky Pokemon, I can still take those hits. It's a little bit harder to boost up those Rage Fist powders. For those who don't know, Rage Fist is a 50 base power ghost type move. And every time you damage Annihilate, every time it takes damage, if you touch the thing, it goes up 50 base power. And it caps out at 350 base power. I believe is a little bit stronger than last respects. Touch Annihilate once, Rage Fist goes from 50 base power to 100 base power, and it doesn't reset. If I switch Annihilate out and switch it back in, it is still 100 base power. You touch Annihilate again, it goes to 150 base power. Again, 200, again, 250, again, 300. Does not reset. If Revival Blessing was even allowed, I could even revive. It's not, but I could revive Annihilate and it could still counter it up. I still run it though, because if I still have those scenarios, it's still 100 base power Rage Fist if I get touched once, so I still am running Rage Fist. Now, there's a reason I have Final Gambit here, right? So Final Gambit's here because of two reasons. Number one, it is an emergency button if we come into the scenario, because Annihilate is only here for Dragonite. It is here for the speed control. Excuse me. It is here for the speed control of Dragon Dance Dragonite. If in the coming I'm dying. I'm losing my voice, guys, sorry. In the event that I get Annihilate in and Dragonite still has its multi-scale intact, I can't kill it with close combat. It will always live the hit. That's what the 104 HP is for. I have enough HP to always have one more HP point than Dragonite, always. So if in the event, in the scenario, that both Annihilate and Dragonite are in it, and then he's at +1, and I'm at full health, I click Final Gambit and it dies. Guaranteed, and I don't lose the game. Whether that's keeping me from losing the game or winning the game outright. So I have to run Final Gambit, unfortunately. If he has heavy duty boots and roost and he ends up maintaining the multi-scale, then I auto lose to Dragonite. That Pokemon is an absolute threat, so I have to run Final Gambit on this set. I think that we believe we have to run it. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it keeps us from losing and hopefully it wins us the game. But the next Pokemon we're bringing is going to be our first overall pick, the one that is paid the highest on the team, the one that grabbed the big contract, Redfish. So if you see, sorry, I'm losing my voice. I'm yelling too much. We're the fish team. We have Chi-Yu, we have Barraskewda, we have Electros, which is a fish. We have Quillfish. Chi-Yu is red fish, Quillfish is blue fish. Electros is one fish. No. Barraskewda is one fish, and then Electros is two fish. So we have red fish, blue fish, one fish, two fish. Shout out to Dr. Seuss. So this is Chi-Yu, aka Redfish. We have the man that's sucking out all the money from the SoCal Annihilation. We're running Psychic, Flamethrower, Flame Charge, and Dark Pulse. Only one ability in the Beads of Ruin. For those who don't know what Beads of Ruin does, I actually didn't talk about, before I do that, I didn't talk about Annihilate's ability. We're running Defiant. Defiant, what Defiant does, if you ever to drop a stat of Annihilate, of any stat, it automatically gains it a +2 in attack. So don't do that. Next up we have is the Beads of Ruin. Beads of Ruin is the opposing ability to Chin Pow. So every single time, no matter what, if Chi-Yu's on the field, the opponent's all Pokemon's special defense status rate is dropped, I think like around 30%. Calc's still kind of weird with that. And the heavy duty boots to not take any hazard damage. We have 252 in special attack and 252 in speed. Max timid nature. This is here to ensure that we always either speed tie with the bull, Paldean Tauros, so we kind of got it. I don't want to get in that one-on-one situation. That's never something that we want to do, but I kind of gotta. So I hope that, like, knock on wood, that scenario actually never does happen. But in case it does, we got to be prepared and hope that we get the speed tie. That's what I mean by be prepared. Psychic is there for the Paldean Tauros. Flamethrower is there because Flamethrower hits hard with Chi-Yu and it doesn't drop our special attack like Overheat does. Flame Charge is there in case we're able to get that really niche scenario where we can get a speed boost and then kill the rest of his team. Although he has to, Dragonite has to be dead, and so does Paldean Tauros because it does get Aqua Jet, but it is something to have nice as a possible win con. It didn't really have anything that we want to put there anyway, so might as well. I could have also put Overheat there just to hit a little bit harder on that one time it comes in, but I think that Flame Charge would have been really sick nasty. And then Dark Pulse is there for its other stab. This is going to be our breaker. This is here to break. It's coming as often as it can. Click a button, click the big red button, do some damage, and let the rest of the team kind of pick up the scraps. Next team member, we have Quillfish, we have Redfish. Ready? Redfish, Bluefish. Redfish, Bluefish. Oh my gosh. Quillfish. We have Intimidate, we have Black Sludge, Toxic, Protect, Liquidation, and Haze, 252 in HP, 252 in defense, running the Relaxed Nature. I think I actually changed this. Am I bold now? I thought I changed it. I thought someone yelled at me. Who yelled at me? Everyone yells at me in my front office. Everyone just bullies me. I'm just being harassed on the daily. I'm not. I'm just kidding. I think I'm bold. No, I think I'm impish. I gotta check that before we play. Pretty sure we're impish. I did the negative speed nature for something. Why did I do the negative speed nature? I don't remember. But anyway, here's the thing. So this is here for Dragonite. This is the Dragonite check. Big scary dragon. How do we deal with the big scary dragon? We bring the big scary puffer fish. Mrs. Puff is up in this bitch. This is here for Intimidate to always get that -1 attack drop on Dragonite. We have the Black Sludge over the Rocky Helmet to be able to increase the longevity, pair it up with Protect, so that way we can get into the turn of Black Sludge recovery. Black Sludge over leftovers in case I get tricked, so I get healed because of a poison type. If he tricks it for whatever reason, any of his Pokemon, it reduces their damage if it's not a poison type. Liquidation is there for stab to be able to hit something really hard, possibly get a defense drop, kind of snowball from there. It's only a chance, not guaranteed. And Haze is there in case I can live one hit from Dragonite and the homies boosted up like +2. So like I can chew one hit, but then click Haze and be okay. It's a very niche thing here because Haze will also eliminate the -1 attack drop from Intimidate. So kind of treads softly there, but this is here for Dragonite. It's here for Dragonite. Also here for Quillfish, but primarily here for Dragonite. I can also check Paldean Tauros. It's only here for Dragonite. Don't lose to Dragonite. So Quillfish, man. Quillfish has to check the dragon. Quillfish has to check the fucking crab arm, Scizor. Quillfish has to check the fucking water bowl. Quillfish has to check, to an extent, the Iron Thorns, but it doesn't because it's an electric type. There's a lot on Quillfish's head, man. I shout out to Cheap, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. How you can only do so much for Dragonite. Next up we have is One Fish, aka Barraskewda, with Swift Swim. Woo! You never know. Life Orb item this week we have Psychic Fangs, Liquidation, Ice Fang, and Aqua Jet. 64 in HP, 252 in attack, 20 in defense, 172 in speed, running the Adamant Nature. Amos's fastest Pokemon, excuse me, is Zoroark, which means that the 136 base speed Barraskewda gets to run Adamant, which is fantastic. To be able to be running attack boosting nature, still outspeed the entire team. I feel like people hate on Barraskewda. I think Barraskewda is fucking goated. It lost Flip Turn, crying shame, which is actually a very big nerf for this Pokemon, to be able to come in and just kill something and get out because it never takes a hit whatsoever. It is the definition of a glass cannon. You heard of a fucking special defense on a Kartana, and then there's a fucking Barraskewda. This thing, you flick it across the room and it dies. You flick Barraskewda onto the wall, he dead. But he hits like an absolute freight train. Everything on his team is gonna die. Aqua Jet is there over close combat for one reason and one reason only. It is the Dragonite button. If he wants to get greedy and I don't have Quillfish, because if Quillfish is still alive, I auto go into Quillfish. But if Quillfish is dead, I have to break the I have to break the multi-scale. So if he's gonna set up one Dragon Dance on Dragonite before he kills me, I click Aqua Jet, I break the multi-scale, and then get Annihilate in, and so I can click Close Combat and not be pigeonholed and having to do Final Gambit. That's what Aqua Jet's there. And for whatever reason, if he's like some kind of speed boosting or Trick Room Armor Rouge, Aqua Jet kind of comes in handy, which is also like a side effect thing. Psychic Fangs is primarily there for the check that's going to come in every single time. You kind of got to bring in, like if you see Barraskewda, you bring in your Water Bowl. So we click Psychic Fangs that does super effective damage and always 2-hit KOs that Pokemon. Liquidation is there for stab, and Ice Fang is there to get 4 times super effective damage against the Toedscruel, as well as a non-Terra'd Dragonite, which is really, really nice. It hits his entire team very fucking hard. I don't know. Now that I'm thinking about it, I may run Close Combat on it. But like I can't let Dragonite get that multi-scale up, so I think Aqua Jet's gonna end up staying. But this Pokemon's gonna be the cleaner. If I can get a chip on everything, this Pokemon can really win the game. Don't be surprised, man. Barraskewda's got some potential. I know that my boy Steve Magnitude drafted in the WBE, and they put in the fucking work for him. He didn't have rain. We don't got rain. So I'm excited, man. I think Barraskewda is a sleeper, so we'll see how that goes. Now we have 2 fish. We have red fish, blue fish, 1 fish, 2 fish. We're bringing all the fish, baby. Electros is coming up. This is our specially defensive Pokemon that still hits very, very hard. Running the Assault Vest, the Levitate ability plus the Electro typing means that Electros has 0 weaknesses. 248. I'm slowly really liking Electros, by the way. Never used it before. Great Pokemon. 248 HP. I'm dying, guys. 184 special attack, 76 Spadef. Volt Switch, Thunderbolt, Giga Drain, Flamethrower. Volt Switch is there for pivot momentum. Thunderbolt's there for stab. Giga Drain is there to be able to hit the Paldean Tauros super effectively, but also still gain health. If he's out of range of Giga Drain and it's not worth getting the health, I always click Thunderbolt. But it also does super effective damage on the Iron Thorns, which is gargantuan because that Pokemon in Mox really fucked me up. Flamethrower is there to be able to hit super effective damage onto the Toedscruel, which I can always come in on every single time. I'm immune to its ground type stabs, and I'm able to really swallow those grass type hits. And I can switch in on the Armor Rouge. I can switch in on the Zoroark and kind of break that thing. This is primarily going to be our lead option because usually Zoroarks like to lead, disguise is something else, and you turn out. If I can do that and break come in, stomach a hit, and then Volt Switch to break the illusion, that would be top tier. Like right off the gate, that'd be great. I don't think illusion kind of recycles itself. I think once you break the illusion is broken, kind of like Mimikyu's disguise. I could be wrong, but that's why we're there. We stomach the hits from, like I said, the Armor Rouge, the Zoroark, from the Mushroom. We stomach hits from the Florges to be able to get damage off and just get pivot momentum. This is here to underspeed this entire team, really, and aside from Lechonk and and Voltage out and get something else in to really help out our team. I believe that last up we have is Haxorus. Haxorus is here with the Mold Breaker ability. This is the Win Con. Big Haxorus, the Red Eyes Black Dragon. I love the shiny, a little bit better. Maybe I have Marcus put the shinies on here instead. Yeah, I like the shiny a lot better. We have the Chilan Berry. The Chilan Berry. Lo tenemos aquí para que no podamos perder el pinche Dragonite. Ironhead, Dragon Dance, Dragon Claw, Close Combat, 136 in HP, 252 in attack, 120 in speed, running the Jelly Nature. I'm out of liquid. I'm actually gonna die in this video. I gotta end it soon. Chilan Berry, for those who don't know, it allows you to take reduced damage from 50% less damage from a normal type move. Nothing hits normal hits nothing super effectively, but Chilan is still there to be able to help us stomach that extreme speed. Click a Dragon Dance, win the game. That's the goal, or we can break. 1 of 2. Man, it's happening, guys. Oh! Found some green tea. That was clutch. Look at me. Not putting stuff away and still using it later. Click Dragon Dance, win the game. Dragon Claw hits the majority of his team. Close Combat allows us to push through the Iron Thorns, allows us to push through normal Dragonite, if I can get that correctly. Dragon Claw allows us to be able to hit the Zoroark neutrally and for stab. And Iron Head is there specifically for the Florges, and because of Mold Breaker, we actually ignore the Ice Face from Ice Cube, which means that Ice Face typically allows it to stomach one physical attack with no damage. But because of Mold Breaker, we ignore that ability, so we go straight for super effective damage with Iron Head, which is top tier. Oh, excuse me. And also, the Mold Breaker allows us to ignore the multi-scale from the Dragonite, so we can OHKO with Close Combat if he's Terra Normal, and we'll stomach that extreme speed with the Chalon Berry. So this is how we win the game. Hopefully, if we have to use it to break it, it's going to be that last minute decision. But if we can get things in range of Haxorus, I think that we can run away with this game. Haxorus is going to be the win con for actually the majority of my games. This Pokemon is really forgotten, and I don't know why. And with screens on our team and people have to prep for it, I think that Haxorus, he didn't bring screens this week. Grimmsnarl's on the bench, but Haxorus is a really great way for us to win this game. And I hope that we can pull that off. But this video is long enough, guys. That's the team. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. This game is going to be gargantuan. One of my toughest games this season, I will not lie. I really put a lot of effort in this game. Many mocks. Amel, I think, is probably one of the best competitors in this league, skill-wise. So if he really goes like dummy tryhard, I am really behind the 8 ball. So I really got to put my dick on the table and give it everything that I've got, and I feel like I'm prepared for it, and I'm ready to give you guys one hell of a fucking game. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. I don't have a time set up for tomorrow. We're gonna play the game, and then we'll go from there. If you guys did enjoy this team builder, I appreciate you for watching it. Leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new. With that being said, subscribe to Amel. I'm gonna get the heck up out of here. Have a great rest of your day, and above all else, be nice. Peace.